Hello, this is Ben from New York City, coming to you today with a mini album share. I finally finished this one. It's taken a long time because now that the weather is nice outside, I've been kind of just doing a lot more, hanging out with friends. I've made a couple of little weekend trips. Last weekend I went upstate to my friend's parents' house. They have this really great house right on the Hudson River. It's gorgeous. So I've kind of just been doing a lot of stuff and enjoying being outside. So it took me a while to get this done. Also, if you watch one of my earlier videos, I talked about just not quite being in the mood for this. This album is really dark and vintage and heavy, and kind of once I got started, I just thought, I'm just not feeling this. But I powered through it, and I actually ended up being really happy with the whole album. So I decided, you know what, instead of focusing on the design elements, really focus on the construction and techniques. And, you know, it turned out really good, I think. So this was made using the Prima Time Traveler's Memories paper. And I used one of the A4 paper pad. It's 48 sheets. And I still have quite a bit left. Probably at least 10 sheets left. I also used the 4x6 ATC pad. And again, I only used a few of these. There's quite a few of these left too. And then I also used a few of the wood embellishments. I don't have the packaging it came in anymore, but these are the wood embellishments for Time Traveler's Memories by Prima. So let's get started. This is, and I've got my little cheat sheet here. I also used it as a background for inking. So this is my little cheat sheet to remember all of the dimensions. But basically, it's like an 8.5 by 6 mini album. That's the size of the pocket pages. So the actual size ends up being 8 3/4 by 6.5. But I also did it landscape. So that's cool. I also used flowers for the first time. So that was a new thing. These bottom 3 flowers here are from Petaloo. And these paper flowers here and here are Prima flowers. And then I used a wood piece from the collection right here. They were a little lighter than that, so I inked them up. All the inking I did in this was with the Tim Holtz Distress Ink in Vintage Photo. So that's what I inked the paper with, and I also inked these wood pieces with that. A few little black rhinestones. This is just a little pocket watch that I cut out, fussy cut from the paper. And this was an ATC card. I like, you know, kind of having an empty title in place for whatever this ends up being used for. And then this is just a piece of sort of like jute-ish ribbon I got in the dollar bin at Michael's. The spine, ooh, the camera does not like dealing with this. I'm trying this new tripod thing. So you can see here, this is a wood piece from the collection, and these are just 2 little tickets that I fussy cut from the papers. And the back is really simple. This is a cut apart from the paper itself, and this is another piece of trim. All the trim that I used came on this little thing that was from, like, I think the $1.50 bin at Michael's. So that's from this as well. So let's go ahead and open it up. On the inside front cover, it's just a simple pocket with 2 photo mats. I also tried to start standardizing the photo mats. So the photo mats in this are all 4x6 or 5x7. I think I have a couple that are 3.5 by 5, but I tried to just make them standard. That made it, when I was cutting them out, I could just do a lot at once, and it made it a little faster. So this is the title page. I used this same ATC card here on the first page. Again, just giving you some area to use. This is a wood piece. This is one of the flare buttons. Oh, I also had the flare buttons, but they're all gone, so I can't even show those to you. This is a flare button, and this is just, in the flare buttons, you got this like clear stamp that makes this little flower with kind of script on it. So I made that, is where I got that. And then this is a little pocket that just has a journaling spot. There's not many journaling spots in this, so I included this really plain one with lines just to, I made this, I have a line stamp. So I just made this to have something where you can write. And all the pages have a large double-sided photo mat on them. So moving over here, this flips up like this. Oops. Closes with a magnet, and then also has this little side photo mat to pull out. This is another one of those little flowers that I used in the stamp and the wood veneer. And then just another standard pocket, 4x6 and 5x7. So, oops, I'll stick those back in later. Moving over here, we have a little swing tab right here that reveals a little pocket right here, and I just have one of the ATC cards here, and this is another one of the wood pieces. And then another full-size photo mat. Moving on here, this is a larger fold out, so this closes, the magnet closure is right here, but then when you open this, it flips out, and there's a pocket here with a little photo mat there. And that's a cutout from the collection. Oh, and almost forgot, there's another large photo mat that pulls out from this pocket. So lots of places for photos in this one. Moving on over here, we've got another full-sized photo mat. And I'm showing you these just so you can get an idea of all the papers. And then I've got, this is a wood veneer piece, and then another simple pocket with some smaller mats there. Moving on over here, this is just a little flip up right here, and then a couple of little tags and cards just pasted under this little cut apart piece, and another flare button. Okay, this is a little swing tab. This is a swing brad. I think I got it at Michael's. I think it's a Recollections brand actually. So it's a brad that comes with these little swing arrows. So it kind of is a already made swing tab. And then that pulls out, and then I tucked this card behind one of the little wood pieces, which I thought was actually a pretty cute way to use these really cute wood frames. And then another photo mat. I mean, some of these papers are really pretty. Some of them are not that pretty to me. Like this one's just okay, but this one, you know, the script, the way they did it is just really nice. Then I also just have these little free floating flaps to use up some of the ATC cards. I didn't really want to keep them as a magnet closure down because I wanted it kind of to feel like it was in between these two pages, just these, you know, little flippies. Technically it's on this page, but sorry about that. My cat just had a little hairball, so I had to stop and help him out a little bit. So back to this, I think I just was talking about these little flippies. They're technically adhered to this page, but I kind of wanted them to feel like in between. This is another standard pocket with 3 photo mats. Pretty easy. I put a lot of these little pockets in here just because there was so much paper that I wanted to make a lot of photo mats. Another wooden piece. And then finally, this is the last page. There's 5, you know, pocket pages, so 10 pages total. And this is just a little fold out just to get it all in frame. And then this side folds out as well, so lots of space there to, you know, add some photos. So just the quick little closure with the twine here. I just want to do this back so it sits so it doesn't fold weird if I let it sit too long. Okay, and then finally in the back inside cover, another pocket. So I, you know, kept the design pretty simple, but did a lot of pockets, lots of photo mats. You know, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, pretty happy with this. That's the album. I also used the Stack the Deck hinge system. I just find that I like that a lot better than the hidden hinge for some reason. It's just a lot better, I think. I feel like the pages move easier with that. The only problem is you kind of have to do a little futzing with it to do an odd number, because it's really built for an even number of pages. So I've done it a few times now where I've done a stack the deck to make 5 tabs. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a tutorial about that. Maybe there's some out there, but because I've gotten it down to like a science now of how to do that. So, but that's this book. I'm very happy with how it turned out. The next up for me is the Graphic 45 Come Away With Me, which is such a 180 from this. It's still kind of vintagey, but it's, you know, pastel colors, muted. It's still muted color. I guess it's not that different, but it's definitely a lot more vibrant. This is really heavy and dark. So I'm kind of, as well as it turned out, I'm kind of glad to get away from something so heavy. But that's where I'm at right now. I'm also thinking about doing a video about adhesives. I know it sounds really boring, but there's so many out there, and I just thought I'd share my experiences and what I like better. Although I'm ordering a new one, and I want to try it out before I do that. So you might see that coming up soon as well. But that's all I have for you today. Happy crafting, and I'll talk to you soon.